What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video we will be testing out the new Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer and the Easy Blur Foundation. So this is a natural airbrush foundation. Both are 1 fluid ounce products. I also picked up 2 new pressed powders that I saw in Sephora. These 2 just launched within maybe like the last month and a half. But I do have the Sephora 12-hour setting and mattifying powder. So this to me is more of like a finishing powder, I feel, or even like a inner corner, like under eye brightening powder. I also did pick up the Tower 28 Get Set blurring pressed powder. So I do have this one in the shade Banana. And this is what it looks like. Kind of looks a little similar to the one from Sephora. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to really demo these in today's video, seeing as how the main focus is the new Huda Beauty foundation and primer. We are going to do a wear test. It is currently 9:15 in the morning. Before we jump into the video, you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's makeup look. Alright, you guys, I want to use both, but I also want to see how the foundation acts alone, because I do understand that some people don't use primer, or you may choose to use a different primer, different reasons. So one side of the face I'm going to prime with the new Easy Blur primer. And then the other side, I am just going to go in with the foundation. And that way we can see how it holds up with the matching primer and how it holds up by itself. Also, I'm still going to set my face with powder. I cannot not set my concealer or anything like that. So we are going to go ahead. The side with my nose ring, which is my right side, is going to be the primer side. The left side, I am going to leave it untouched. So let's go ahead and jump into this, and I'll give you all the information about both products. Alright, going in with the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Silicone Free Smoothing and Pore Minimizing Primer. There is, again, 1 fluid ounce of product. This retails for $29. And this is best for dry, combo, normal skin without silicone. It does provide a matte finish, fragrance-free, good for pores, and cruelty-free. About this product, it says our non-comedogenic jelly-like primer instantly controls excess oil, adds smooth texture, and blurs pores for an airbrushed, soft focus finish. Milk thistle extract, antioxidant rich, soothes oily skin. There's glycerin, which moisturizes and soothes oily skin, and polymers, which blurs appearance of pores and smooths texture. So those are the claims for this primer. I feel like that's good to know that it controls excess oil, seeing as how I do have oily skin. This definitely does have that jelly feel and texture to it. And so now we're going to go in with the new Easy Blur Huda Beauty primer. So this is the Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation with niacinamide. First, I'm going to blend out the side that does not have primer, because I want the primer to kind of sit for a little bit. Now, I will say the primer did have like a tacky, not a tacky, but like a cooling sensation. I did pick up the shade Baklava in this foundation, which is shade number 340G. I think that this is a really good shade match. And 340G, let me see if I can take a look at, it's medium skin with a neutral golden undertone. So perfect. It, again, niacinamide, fragrance free, natural finish, medium coverage, liquid formula, of course. And this is a lightweight, medium to buildable coverage foundation that's non-comedogenic and ultra blurring for an airbrushed finish. Those are pretty much the claims. It does not have like a longevity or like wear time, how long this is supposed to last. So the other side, I opted to go in with a damp sponge. If I am being very honest, I am not 100% sure that that was the best bet for me. The coverage looks about the same. What I should have also done in today's video is build up the foundation. I did not do that. But you will see throughout the video, I'm going to mention to you guys what I noticed on the side that I used the sponge. It didn't give me the coverage that I would have preferred. like the brush side. But I will definitely do a close-up just so you guys can see once everything is applied. Also wanted to mention this foundation comes in 29 shades currently, and it retails for $37, which is a really nice price point. I think that that is definitely more reasonable than some, and I'm not going to mention, but so far I think it looks really good on the skin. Alright, so I'm taking the Morphe M554 brush. On one side of the face, the side that I have the nose ring where I use the primer, I did set with the Tower 28 Get Set Banana Powder. The other side, I did use the Sephora 12-hour setting and mattifying powder. So, I used the same brush, but I just flipped it on the other side to be able to use both powders. And it's pretty much almost like a finishing powder, I feel, in a sense. But I don't know. I don't know if I noticed a huge difference. And I wanted to use it because the under eyes don't look as bright. Okay, you guys. This is the side with the sponge and the primer. So here, I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it up close. There in the under eyes is some darkness, so I personally like the side that I use the brush with and no primer. I like this side better than this side. I'm gonna leave it alone because that's the purpose of trying new makeup, to see how things work together. I definitely see it's like some darkness peeking through here, and again the under eyes. So I don't know if that's the primer or the sponge. Part of me is thinking it's the sponge, because even though I didn't use the primer on this side, I used a brush to blend out the foundation, and I don't know, it just looks a little bit better and put together over here than over here. But anywho, let me go ahead, do the lips, add some mascara, and then we'll come back. Alright you guys, so this concludes the makeup look. As I mentioned, it could be the tools that I decided to use. That's why I feel like one side looks better than the other. I won't say for certain that it's the primer. I don't think that that's the case. It could have been, it could have been the sponge that I used. Maybe it was a little bit too damp. So hopefully this problem area that I'm seeing will fade over time throughout the day. But this is what we're looking like. For the lip combo, I did use the Beauty Crop lip liner in the shade Tiramisu. I did get this from Beauty Bay's website. The lipstick for today is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade number 35 Cheeky. And then I did use the NYX Butter Gloss Bling, which has like these gold glitter shift on the lips. And this is in the shade Bring the Bling, which I honestly like their Bling butter gloss line a little bit better. Also, really quick, I do want to mention the setting brush that I use for under the eyes when I use the brightening powders. This is the Morphe M554. So let me just kind of zoom you guys in. Hopefully so you can see what the brush looks like. If I can find this brush online, whether it be Ulta or if Morphe still has it on their website, I will link it down below. What I decided to do, I am going to do a series on my YouTube shorts that will show you all of my favorite foundation brushes. Then I'll do all of the concealer brushes, so on and so forth. I feel like I have too many brushes that I like or that are my go-to to do an actual like full video. So I will do it on my YouTube shorts, and then I will leave links to the brushes if I can find them in the like in the comment section. I'll pin a comment with all of the links to the brushes, so stay tuned for that as well. But yes, you guys, we're gonna go about our day. It is currently 9:50 a.m. so I'll give this till about between 6 or 7 p.m. tonight, and we'll see how everything holds up at the end of the day. Alright you guys, so this concludes the wear test. We've had this on for 8 hours. We are definitely oily in our T-zone area. I feel like even though this was my problematic side, because I personally believe my sponge was probably too damp, and that is what caused that little splotchiness. But overall, I think it held up really nicely. I feel like there is really no difference between the foundation side and non-foundation side, although primer. So I did not use primer on this side, and it looks a little bit more put together in this area than on the primer side, right? Both T-zones are oily, so I am going to use my Morphe M554, and I'm going to take my one size Turn Up the Base foundation powder. This is in medium 5G. And I am just going to tap. So you can see the difference. This is the before. This is the after. So just kind of blotting with a little bit of powder. Pretty much brought it back to life. I have not blotted or did anything all day today because I was waiting for this moment. I don't typically blot or retouch my makeup with a wear test, but for the sake that this is the end of the wear test, I decided to go ahead and do it, and I feel like I look back put together. So this primer is not 100% like oil controlling or mattifying in any way. I feel like for an 8-hour wear test, it's not bad. I do think that this is a foundation that I would probably, you know, what am I trying to say, y'all? I would use this foundation again. I will. I do like this and the look a lot better than the Patrick Ta. I do think that this is just the way that they are doing foundation now. So for us oily skin girls, it's rough out here, but it is pretty nonetheless. It held up. I like it. I will continue to use it. It is reasonably priced, but I do think that this, for me, if it's like really hot or I'm traveling somewhere that's really hot, this would not be a foundation that I would pick up and take with me. I do think that this is a more spring, fall, winter type of vibe for us with oily skin. But now that I've worn it and I, you know, touched it up with my pressed powder, that would definitely be something that I would have to make sure with wearing this foundation. I would have to take the pressed powder with me. In regards to the two, I recommend you try the foundation. The primer, I feel like we could do without. Now, I am gonna use this in my next upcoming video, the primer and the foundation, or I can do like a shorts wear test because I did not use it with the Huda Beauty setting powder. So I will try it with those three to see if it holds up a little bit longer, but as far as I'm concerned, everything is still put together. We are a little glowy and oily in some areas, but nonetheless, you guys, this concludes the makeup look. Again, I recommend the foundation, not so much the primer. But that is it, y'all. I hope you all stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.